just
and
like
that looked
my
like
character Lola. There is so much about Lola that's so like me.
And you guys are in rehearsal?
Yes, we are.
You're
this
in
is
rehearsal.
our first week of rehearsal, yes.
And it's going to be at Southwest Arts Center.
Yes, Southwest
which is actually in the Cascade neighborhood. So that's why I say when you support live, you support local. It's a beautiful theater.
It's beautiful.
It's in the neighborhood. It's right off Cascade. And the thing about it is, before the play, you can go right up the street, Gladys Knight Chicken and Waffles, and eat, or you can go after the play. Okay, and if you catch the Wednesday show, you can go to Bible study, and you go to play, or go to play and go to Bible study. See, and
on Saturdays we have 2 shows, so you can come either in the afternoon or in the evening.
I've been trying to do theater in the evening, and I can't. I'm a matinee.
Yes.
And I love a matinee. But let me ask you this too, because we were just talking about this too, as well as it was some theaters. The cast stays on stage right after, and then some they go off after the show. How do you feel when people hang around after the show? Do you like that, or do you expect it? Or
well, it depends on, because with some shows there are scheduled talkbacks.
Right. Okay.
And
that's kind of become that's a habit.
Yeah, that is. Okay. And most shows have at least 1 or 2 talkbacks during the run.
So when you get off stage, you ready to go home, or do you love when some fans are out there?
A little bit of both.
Because I'm that person. I'm sitting here waiting for you now. That's me after the show. And see, I get invited to the opening night, but see, the opening night, that's the press night and all that. Yes. I like to go back and see how everybody reacts.
Right.
And it's funny because you can see a show 2 to 3 times, and it's almost like it's entirely different because you feed off the audience. Right.
Yeah, it really is different every night.
Can you really hear the candy on the stage?
In a really quiet scene, you can.
Oh, yeah.
You really can. Especially if you're sitting close to the stage.
Right.
I remember a show I was doing with Tom Jones, and at Horizon. And if you've ever been to Horizon,
I just told them about Horizon.
A really intimate theater.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you know Tom Jones, he will interact with the audience. And a woman got up to go to the bathroom, and she was sitting on the front row.
Who does that?
And she got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of this scene, and Tom Jones went, "Oh, and there's somebody going to the bathroom now." It was hilarious.
I went with my aunt, and she reached in for that candy, and I was like, "Really?
Yeah.
Really?"
Especially if it's a really intimate scene, we can really hear, and
that's amazing.
It can throw your focus. You would hope that you're really zoned in enough to kind of
really
cut everything off, but sometimes you just want to go, really?
I had no idea. Because you hear it and you know it's irritating because it takes you out of the production. But I didn't realize that you guys could really. But can you see the audience? Let's ask about that. It
depends on the theater.
It depends on the theater. Okay.
Now
but sometimes you feel like the actor or actress is looking at you, and you're like, okay, am I supposed to do something?
When you're staring at that fourth wall, we call that fourth wall when you're staring straight out.
Okay.
Yeah. It depends on the theater. At Southwest, where this show is. You can see maybe the first couple of rows, but further back.
So my favorite actor, I usually like to sit back toward the middle. Now I had this front seat, and then Eugene. He was in the August Wilson play.
Yes,
the one man play. Right,
yes.
and so they had it where he came in and he walked by. So you mean he actually probably really saw me when he walked? Cause
on that front row?
He had to actually, instead of coming out on stage, he had to come through this audience and go around to the stage.
Oh, yes, honey. If they go through the audience,
He literally, okay, so I'm going to get a little giddy because that means he really saw me.
I've been in shows before where you've had to look out in the audience. And I actually, every night, just picked a person.
Okay. So you knew where you looked.
Yeah, so I knew where.
All right, look, y'all are so intent listening to this conversation. I'm telling you. And let me think, what else? What other questions have I always had? What do you do when you're not in the scene? And I had a tour of Alliance, like that whole back. I had no idea all the tunnels and all that stuff that's going on behind the stage. But what do you do when you're not in the scene?
Well, it depends. If you have a bank of time where you don't have to be on stage, because the show I did at the Alliance, they have an actor's cot, and I would go back there with my book and.
Really?
Because they have microphones all around in the back, so you can hear in the dressing room, so you can hear your cue. Okay. So, you read a book.
Really? You just chill out like that?
You just chill out. Yeah, and you have that ear, though.
Wow.
Because there have been times where we've gone, oh, jeez. Trying to make that cue, So,
wow. And then what about, okay, in the dark, like when it goes dark, how do you guys really get on and off stage? Is that
gingerly.
That's a task every time? Do you really have to kind of...
Well, all of that stuff is usually mapped out.
Okay.
In rehearsals. Especially during check week.
Right, okay.
We do it all. It's done. Everything that we do.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever asked that question. So these are the questions I really, because you don't think about these when you're doing the radio interview, because you want to make sure people know when and where to get tickets and all that. But this is an intimate conversation. I love this. I love this. So when the lights, what does it feel like to be on stage?
You know what? I've always said actors are attention whores.
Right? Okay. Because you have to have some kind of ego to do that.
You really do. I don't care what anybody says. You really do.
I saw those hearts. Thanks, guys, for the heart. They give hearts when they like what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you really do like the adoration. You really do.
Do you wish every night was like opening night, or do you like the fact that you could just rotate? Oh,
no.
You don't want that every night?
No.
No, okay.
Because usually opening night, you're ready, but you're not ready.
Okay.
The show, for me, doesn't really kick in where you're really jiving together. Until the second week. That first week.
Hearts, we got hearts on that. Yeah. So see it, go for the glitz and the glamour, but go back and see it.
And see it again a second time.
Because
by the time you see it the second time,
it's a real show.
That's when, yes.
Oh God.
Because that first week is almost like you're another week of rehearsal.
Now, one of the things we were talking about, because now live streaming and people have always got some video and all that. We were talking about the fact that many productions do go only seen on the stage, and now we're seeing productions that are done on television. Should the production reach a new level of being always available to an audience, or where did it come from that a production would end and we just won't see it again? I mean, why isn't there video of all these great shows?
Well, I think more money.
Okay.
That's really what it
That's
boils
really what
down
it is?
to.
Okay.
Yeah. And audience interest if it's a play.
Let's check the time. Okay, we're gonna get ready to walk in a minute, guys. Go ahead.
If the play has been like crazy successful over a number of years, because the shows you see, all the August Wilson plays have been running for eons.
Yes.
So
one last question. Is it an odd question when people say, what's been your favorite? Do you have a favorite? Is that something people like to answer?
I personally can't answer it because after so many years, you have to it's really crazy, but you have to think back, okay, when did I do that?
Well, let me ask this. When did you fall in love with theater?
Oh, it was because I started out in theater and I didn't have formal training.
Okay.
I fell into theater. I really did. I fell into theater.
In what role?
I was doing The Boy King. That was my very
I saw the Dorothy Dandridge story at the, what is that? Penumbra in Minneapolis. It was awesome. Is that when you fell in love with theater? Was that your fall in love moment, David? I'm probably not saying your name right. All right, guys, we're gonna go and get ready for the show. We're gonna call that an intimate moment with Donna Biscoe. Jump right in the stream. We're gonna have you guys on Periscope and Meerkat, and then you can listen if you want to listen at WAOK.com. That was your theater moment. Mine was Pearly. I would never forget it. I never ever forget it.
You are definitely a spiritually filled, thinking woman, and that is what we've been lacking in our community.
Go now to DryerBuzz.com and follow @DryerBuzz on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all about the buzz. DryerBuzz on News and Talk 1380 WAOK. Call us at 404-892-2703 on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.